Hello students, welcome back to the online classes of physics. So as I said, today we will learn about the free body diagram. Okay, free body diagram. So what it is, it's nothing but, so let us assume a car. Let us assume a car, and it is a car be moving with a non-uniform speed along the road. Okay, so in this what we have to find out, then when the car is moving on the road, we can see that it is existing not more than one force. Okay, it is having more than one force. So what it may have, it what then we'll get a number of questions, right? What are the forces acting on the car? What is the net force along the vertical direction, and what is the net force along the horizontal direction? So what we will do, we will take this in the horizontal and vertical, that is x-axis and y-axis. So how many forces are acting here? Can you see? This is the force given by the engine. Okay, the force is shown by the engine, right? So this is the force shown by the engine, and this is the normal force which is shown by your tires, and this is the gravitational force which is being released by your which is being given by the earth road, and this is the friction. F is small f is given the friction. Okay, so how many forces are acting here? 1, 2, 3, 4 forces are acting. That is your force of your engine, and the normal forces, and the gravitational force, and your friction of the road. Isn't it? When the vehicle is moving, it is having these many forces. Okay, so how we are going to give this? We are going to show in x and y axis. That is, we are going to represent it. Okay, so how we are going to show gravitational force? The force applied by the engine is F, that is capital F. The force applied by the road is small f. The normal forces are N1 and N2. The gravitational force is W, and along the net force along the x-axis, whatever the net force is there along the x-axis we will be giving as, let me see the directions. See these directions clearly. Okay, so this direction what is showing, that is force of the engine. Okay, and in this direction what is there? Friction. Okay, so that means we will subtract this. What is the net force? F minus, because they are showing opposite directions, right? If they are in the same direction, we will add it. We will get, like in my previous video I said you, if they are moving to right, you will take it as positive. If they are moving to the left, we will take it as negative. So F is moving in right, so we will take it as positive, and F engine force is, that is your nothing but force applied by the engine is nothing but it is in negative, right? So small f minus capital F. Then what is the net force applied on the y-axis? Applied on the y-axis, see the directions. Applied force applied on the y-axis, see here. Okay, N1 plus N2 minus W. Okay, is it clear? See the sign conventions. Is it clear? Now we will learn the effect of forces on the state of motion of an object and its direction. Is there any difference in the direction, or if you are acting, if there is a force acting somewhere, will it change the state of motion of an object, or it will change any direction? Okay. So we'll take one activity, that is place a football on the ground. The ball will remain in a state of rest unless someone kicks the ball, right? So when we kick the ball, what will happen? Does the ball start moving in the kick the moving ball again in the same direction? What will happen again? The ball will start moving again with more speed, right? Place your hand or leg against the ball. Does the ball stop, or does it change its direction? So let us read it now. So what it is now, we can move the ball from its position of rest by applying the force, right? We can stop the ball and bring it back to the rest by catching it, isn't it? We can even stop the ball, we can even bring it back. So see, maybe in childhood, I don't know whether you all have played it or not. Maybe you all have seen somewhere, right? The small childrens, what they'll do, they'll take the rubber tires and they'll push it with the stick, isn't it? So, what they do, how the tire is being pushed by the stick. They push the tire again and again with the stick to increase its speed, isn't it? Do you understand why the speed of the tire increases when it pushes the by the stick? With every push, they are applying a little force on the moving tire in the direction of motion. They are showing some direction, that is, they are hitting the tire in the direction. That means whenever they are applying the force, there is occurring some direction, isn't it? If they want to take the tire to the left, they'll apply some force and take the tire to the left. If they want to take the tire to the right, they'll apply some force and they'll take the tire to the right, isn't it? So that means the force is acting and even helping in the direction. It helps the object to move in the direction whichever we want to take it into motion, isn't it? And the force we are applying will also give it to speed up. If the net force act in the motion, in the direction of the motion, the speed of an object moving with the constant speed also increases. If the net force act in a direction opposite to the motion, then it either slows down the object or it brings to the rest, or it may change the direction. So whatever force we are applying, if we are applying to move the object, it will move. If you are applying to stop the object, it will stop, isn't it? See, one more example, we will take carom, right? Whenever see you're playing caroms, you will push your coins with the striker, isn't it? When you hit the striker, you will move the with the striker, you will allow the other the. So what will happen when you're pushing, when you are striking with, when you're hitting the striker, what will happen when you're hitting the striker? It will hit the coin, and that coin will again hit the another, whatever direction you are trying to move the coin. Okay, if you're trying to hit the coin and move it into the hole, okay, then definitely it will go in some direction. That means the force can change the directions. Okay, with magnitude, even the force can change the direction. Okay. So we have learned effect of force on state of motion of an object and direction of object. Now we will learn about the shape of an object. Okay, so let us know now whether action of force, here it is given, and change in shape, whether it may be temporary or permanent, but it will change or not. When the force is applied, stretching rubber band, it will change. Squeezing a sponge, it will change, right? It will change the shape. Whatever it is, for temporary basis also, if you're stretching the rubber band, it is changing the shape. When you will leave, that is another point that it will come back to the original shape. Okay, squeezing of sponge also, tearing paper, it will change the shape permanently. So here you can see that whenever the paper is tearing, whether it may be permanent, but still it is changing the shape. Then crushing the plastic bottle, definitely it will change permanently. Making chapatis, permanently. Breaking glass, permanently, but it is changing the shapes. Here it is temporary, here it is temporary, it is permanent, 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 isn't it? So it is affecting the shape also, right? Then so I shall meet you in the next video. Till then, take care.